I'm Anna Trudeau. I teach at Abiyajed Elementary School in Prescott. I've been a teacher for 6 years. I love teaching. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Anna Trudeau. Today we're going to be making an Arizona landscape with a silhouette. So for this art project, you will need a blank white piece of paper, 9 by 12, a half piece of black paper, and a half a piece of purple paper. You'll also need a glue bottle, a pair of scissors, and watercolor paints. The first step in this project is to use the 9 by 12 paper and to paint a sunset. We're going to start at the bottom first with the lightest color, that is yellow. So wet your paintbrush, wet your paints, and right across the bottom of your paper, paint a nice wide stripe with just yellow. You can wet your paper first and then add color right on top. Try to cover all the white of your paper as you're painting across. After we add yellow, the next color we're going to add is orange. So rinse your paintbrush really well and let the orange and the yellow blend together. After we paint a nice wide stripe of orange, we're going to use the next brightest color, which is red, for our sunset. Paint right across our paper. And then at the top, we'll use a little bit of purple, and then maybe even a little bit of blue. So you want your colors to mix together so that we don't have lines in between each one of our colors, but instead those colors will blend into each other. Okay. I'm going to wet my paper a little bit first, and then at the very top, add just a little bit of blue. Okay, so now we have our sunset. This is going to be the background for our picture. And you'll want to let this dry a little bit while you're working on the rest of your project. Also, it's probably a good idea not to pick up your picture and tip it side to side, or else those colors might drip. So here is our sunset. Now what we're going to do with the purple paper, this is going to be part of our background, and we're going to make a purple mountain range. So you could use like a wavy line or a zigzag line right across the top. So once you draw your line like this, then use your scissors and go ahead and cut it out. This will be our mountains. So sometimes, depending on how big your stripe of yellow is, you might want a little bit of that yellow to show, so we could trim off part of the bottom of this. Okay, this piece will glue on right here when our paper's dry. Now with our black paper, we're going to make our silhouette of our desert landscape. So think about some things that you might see in the desert, like cactuses and plants. Right across the bottom, we're going to use one line and draw the shapes of our cactuses, maybe some other plants that you might see in the desert, big saguaro cactus. And then you'll take your scissors and real carefully make sure it's one line so you don't cut any pieces off your picture. You're going to cut right along that line. And this will be our silhouette to go in the front, in the foreground of our picture. So you want to make sure that your pieces stay all together at the bottom of your picture so that none of those shapes actually get cut off. Okay, So here's your silhouette. Do you see how there's one line and it goes all the way across? And then this piece will go right in the front of your picture. So when your landscape background has dried, then you can use just a little bit of glue. Just use a few dots so that the glue doesn't squeeze out the sides. Glue the farthest thing away first, and then this, that's the closest thing to us in our picture. Use just a few dots of glue. This will go on next. Okay, so now we have our desert landscape.